also want to jump into this weekend's NC State game because it also is a set the expectation event kind of thing. Can you give us any more information on what that is, what it means, and how NC State is involved?
Yeah, so it was a campaign started by Brenda Tracy, who is a gang rape survivor, and she goes around to college campuses. With she survived a gang rape at the hands of football players. And she goes around to college campuses and basically talks to student athletes, male and female, about ways that they can sort of fight against, rape culture, domestic violence, any kind of physical or sexual or interpersonal violence. She talks about addressing sort of the culture behind that and ways that athletes can use their platforms to, set an example, set the expectation, if you will, right? And that's sort of where that comes from of like, hey, this isn't, to play sports is not a constitutional right. And so this is something she's also trying to implore, various universities to take on as like a, hey, if you stand up and say this isn't acceptable, I mean, if there's certain grades, if an athlete has certain grades, they're not allowed to play, right? So her thing is like, well, why don't we do similar things with crimes like these? And so she's really trying to push change in that and making this something that's sort of unacceptable, and also getting the athletes to maybe speak out more in their own peer groups and say like, hey, this, if they see something wrong, say something, or if they hear people talking about women in a certain way, speak out and say this isn't okay. And so she does a lot of really good work, and she came and spoke to NC State back in the spring.
I remember you mentioned that to us.
I wrote a piece about it for WRLSportsFan.com. There's information on the game itself and links to that piece on WRLSportsFan.com. I think it still should be up there right now. And she'll be back, this weekend. James Smith-Williams, State's defensive end, was really instrumental in, he was really moved by her talk. I'm sure a lot of them were, but he and Vinny Durand as well from men's soccer, those are the ones I know of.
Okay.
I'm sure there are others, but they organized some donation drives and stuff at a baseball game for Interact Wake County, domestic violence shelter, and they've been really instrumental in wanting to have this Set the Expectation game. They'll walk out wearing Set the Expectation shirts.